So I am just going to do a very quick update on this tank. The red Severum is obviously still alive. The Geophagus brasiliensis is doing well. Getting a little bit meaner than I thought it would at this point, but essentially it's getting pretty mean. The two tetras aren't really enough to divert the aggression, but overall they are doing pretty well considering that they're mostly getting chased every few minutes at minimum. Two cichlids are going at it a bit. The Geophagus will eventually probably take over, given it's been growing way quicker and the Severum's kind of runty. I haven't seen the red-tailed shark in a while, so my guess is that the Geophagus took out that little fish at some point. And the spotted Raphael catfish is still alive. I saw it a few days ago. So that fish is still doing well. But as for this Geophagus, it is getting a bit meaner at this point in its life than I thought it would. Although I knew it would get mean, I did not think it would get to this point at this size. Although the Severum is still keeping it in line. So that's a little helpful. Although the Severum will eventually lose out. That's my guess, at least. Who knows? Maybe it won't happen. Maybe the Severum will end up being the dominant fish for a little while longer, but that remains to be seen. I've thought about adding a few Pictus catfish to the bottom, but as you can see, there's some aggression. Severum is fighting back though, so it's not exactly a one-way fight yet. Anyway, I believe adding a few Pictus catfish, maybe 4 of them or so, 3 of them, might help out with diverting a little bit of aggression, or at the very least provide something aside from just a spotted Raphael catfish if the cichlids and the tetras end up, or at least if this cichlid ends up taking out the tetras and the Severum, which I don't think that this Geophagus will be able to, but given that it's been picking on the Severum and the tetras a lot, I wouldn't be surprised if all it takes is one tetra going for it to eventually just be aggression completely focused on Severum. And I do not want to add more tetras, so I also don't want to add more cichlids. That puts me in a very weird spot where I probably have to focus on putting something else in or just simply taking out the Geophagus. I don't want to take out the Geophagus. I really like the fish. Sure, it's mean, but it's a very nice fish. I mean, you can tell by that color there. Anyway, I'm pretty sure Pictus catfish might be the way to go, if I can make sure I get the ones that stay somewhat small, around 5 inches or so. If I can get 4 or 3 of those, add them in, along with the spotted Raphael catfish, then I would feel pretty comfortable with the Geophagus getting bigger, because this fish will eventually hit probably a size slightly bigger than the Severum at least, but it could hit a foot. I don't think it will hit a foot. I think it will only go to around 8 inches or so, but it certainly has more room to grow. And hopefully a Severum will continue to grow in order to provide a balance between the two fish. Otherwise, I would have to remove the Severum, which I don't want to do. So yeah, that's it right now. I guess I gotta keep an eye on everything and make sure that the Geophagus doesn't get too much more aggressive than what it's currently at without the other fish being able to put up a fight. I don't think that having only 2 Congo Tetras is gonna hold the line. So I have to decide on what to do next at this point. In terms of, I guess, dither fish, even if it is just adding a few catfish to distract from the Tetras, even if it's only for a few minutes a day. Plus, if I have catfish, it's a good insurance plan in case Geophagus keeps on getting meaner and I have to pull out a few fish. Or even just a Geophagus. But I don't want to take out the Geophagus. So my guess is the Tetras and the Severum are more likely to be the odd fish out, I guess, than the Geophagus. Anyway, at this point, it's mostly a waiting game to see what is going on in the future. Let's end it with a Tetra.